Well, today we're going to address why it's important to understand why your children is behaving the way they do, understanding their behavior. So Christy, give us an idea. Why is it so important to understand where they're coming from and why they're doing something?
Well, empathy means to understand the feelings of another person, to actually feel them. And it's the cornerstone of being an involved, active parent. And once you understand your child's behavior, you can understand how better to address the behavior.
All right, so one of the things we have to ask is, you said the how it's working. Give us an idea. What do you mean by that?
Any behavior that persists over time is working for a child.
Okay.
And as a parent, it's our job to figure out how it's working. Sometimes it's not the way we think it is. For example, you have a child who occasionally goes into destructive mode and is knocking things over, yelling, throwing things, running around the house. It might be that they want attention and they're trying to get your attention any way they can.
So even if it's negative?
Negative attention is better than no attention for some kids. Or it might be that they're feeling powerless and they know that if they yell, you can't turn off their voice for them. Children, generally speaking, don't have a lot of power in their world. Parents decide when they do things, they decide what they eat, when they go to bed. So sometimes kids need to feel like they have some control. It also might be that the child is tired, that they're hungry, that they're feeling anxious about something else in their world. They might be trying to distract themselves because they're bored.
Okay, so once you determine the kind of the how-to, why is knowing, kind of understanding what's behind the behavior, how does that help determine how we should react as a parent?
Well, if your child is wanting attention, it would be a good time to say, I know I'm not paying attention to you right now because I'm cooking dinner, but once I get this in the oven, I'd love to read a book with you. Let them know that their behavior is not the way, to get the attention, but also realizing they're telling you what they need and giving them what they need in a different way.
So by saying it back to them, like showing that empathy and letting them know you kind of understand what they're wanting at that time, but letting them know you can't address it right now, that's a good way to kind of let them know you understand why they're doing that, but you'll get to it at a certain time. And that you understand.
And kids will let you know if the reason you think they're acting the way they are isn't the cause.
Okay.
You might need to try a couple of different tactics and offer them other options. For example, if you think they're trying to get some control over the situation, let them choose what vegetable you'll have for dinner. Let them choose what game you're going to play later.
Okay, so it is important, the kind of the gist of the whole thing though is, once you figure out why your child is acting a certain way with their behavior, now you can kind of decide how you can address it.
Yes,
really
absolutely.
helps you get to the gist of it. All right, very good. Hey, thank you so much, Christy, for joining us today, too. If you'd like some more tips on parenting, you can always head to our website at news8000.com.